Welcome back, everybody. If you've been paying attention, there's a new little addition to the farm. You've been asking for this video, and here it is. Welcome to our little Anthem. So before we start going into the video, this is a birthing video. So hopefully you know what that entails. If you're a little squeamish, or if you got little kids in the room, I would recommend either jumping forward to when she's taking her first steps, or maybe check out some of our other videos that explains who Mayflower is and kind of the journey that we've been on so far. So without further ado, let's go.
Hi, cutie. You wanna come say hi?
Sure, Pop.
Look at you, so brave. Come here.
So hopefully you enjoyed the video that you just saw of this one being born, and we're actually shocked. This is for the moment thing. We didn't realize she was going to come say hi. So Andy, Mama Mayflower is a little upset that baby strayed. So Andy, tell me about the whole birthing experience. I mean, it was incredible to watch that horse who couldn't be touched, and you were right there in her most vulnerable time. Like, how was that experience? What happened?
Yeah, it was really neat. It happened very, very fast, faster than any of us were anticipating. Mayflower has definitely done this before. She is not new to the baby having program. She was a pro, everything. I mean, I think if vets wanted to put a birthing process into a textbook, Mayflower was as textbook as you come. She presented perfectly. She had a very healthy little spitfire of a foal. Actually, she's one of the healthiest foals that the vets have seen in a while, numbers wise. So
supposedly she came out kicking, which hasn't changed much.
yes, she was kicking during the birthing process. Her little front feet were going.
So for me that day, as a lot of you know, I did not grow up around horses. This is all new to me, and that day was a new experience for me as well. It's really cool to watch, and even more important, is really neat watching you all in the chats. I wasn't actually there that night, but I watched the chats and made sure the YouTube stream was going, did a few things from afar to get it back up and running, and it was just fascinating to watch you all just enjoy this experience. So Andy, how about you on that day? Like, what happened that day? I know a lot of you watched live, but what did you see? What did you witness? How did you know this was gonna happen?
Yeah, so hi Sweetie. Sorry, my fingers are being eaten. She has little baby teeth coming in right now that are getting a little sharp, so I can't let her chew on me anymore. I wasn't anticipating that. First little baby teeth. So yeah, a couple of days leading up to when Mayflower actually gave birth, she was actually starting to let me check her milk in her udder, so I could actually squeeze her udder and get some milk out of it, and it had been running clear, and so I knew she wasn't ready yet. And then last Wednesday in the morning, I went and I checked her milk, and it was white. So we had actual milk, and so I knew that it was going to be within the next 24 to 48 hours that we were going to have a baby. That's what a lot of my old breeder friends go by, and it kind of always is tried and true way to know baby's on its way, is when the milk turns white. So we started getting ready. Baby zoomies. Mayflower hates when Anthem gets the zoomies. Whee! I think she's going to be a barrel racer, not a jumper. Earlier today she tried to jump that green mounting block, and it was quite an interesting thing to watch. Don't think she's going to be a jumper in her future. So we were keeping an extra close eye on her, and about 6 o'clock that evening, last Wednesday, Mayflower went into what we call stage 1 labor. So she was really restless. She was circling her stall. She kept laying down and getting up and laying down and getting up. And then shortly after that, her whole body broke out into a sweat, which even on our hottest days, she hasn't done that. I've never seen her that sweaty. And that's when I really knew, okay, this isn't a false alarm. She is in labor. So I told Mike, he was there. A few of my friends that had wanted to be there for the birth came to the barn. I had called them, and we were hanging out and we were watching. We were keeping a really close eye on her over the cameras. We were sitting outside in the front of the barn. And I fed Mayflower because she was getting really restless, and so then labor stopped. Mayflower just started eating and showed no signs. She was not rolling anymore. She wasn't even pacing anymore. We did have a surprise storm rolling in. There was a lot of lightning, so I figured she was waiting until after the storm passed. And so things had stalled out, and so my friends decided, hey, we're gonna go home, fix dinner, get some showers, we'll be back in an hour or two, and then hopefully we'll have a baby later in the evening. Mike decided to be an awesome husband, run to the local fast food place and get me and the kids some dinner. So everybody left, and I was alone with Mayflower. I was sitting at the other end of the barn, just watching her on the camera. Mayflower laid down again.
About this time, I put the order in at this fast food restaurant, and they're known for making stuff fresh, so it takes a little while. On my phone, I get a text message, she's crowning. Baby's gonna be here in 15 minutes. And the way I'm reacting, the people behind the counter could tell like something was wrong with this guy that just came in. And I'm on YouTube. I see that YouTube froze. So I'm on the phone with Hannah, who doesn't know how to operate YouTube streaming software, walking her through how to get this back up for you guys as well. So it was kind of a fun moment for me.
So I see that Mayflower is starting to push the baby. And so I called my friend Jess, who had wanted to be here. They had just left. I told her, pull the car around, do a U-ey, get back here. This baby is coming now. And from Mayflower's first push, after labor had been stalled for about an hour and a half, she laid down and she gave one push. From that moment until the baby was on the ground was 9 minutes. So Mayflower, when she finally decided that maybe tonight Mayflower, it was her night, she had that baby quick. 9 minutes was all she needed. Oh, Elsa. Come here. Hi. Ooh, you're scary.
Hi. Come here.
What do you want? Do you want to come up here? Elsa. Kitty, 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 kitty. Nope.
So I know the first few steps were kind of wobbly, remind you of like Bambi on ice, but how did it really go from your point of view here?
It went well. So we, in this industry, have a typical standard. It's called the 1, 2, 3 rule, and that's the hours after birth that things are supposed to happen. So within the first hour of birth, the foal should be standing. Second hour of birth, the foal should be nursing, and by the third hour, the mom should pass the placenta. And so I know some of you were getting really nervous because we had just passed that 1 hour mark and baby hadn't gotten up yet. I was texting with my vet the whole time. She was actually joining you guys on the YouTube live, and she was watching right with you guys on the YouTube live. So she was watching the birth, watching the process. She was texting with me, and so I had vet's eyes on her the whole time, and she didn't have any concern. I mean, we knew that this was a very big baby that was folded up inside a Mayflower, so it just took a little bit longer for her to unfold those legs, get things going, but she stood up great. It just took her a couple of tries and she had it, and that went really, really well. Mayflower is an insanely good mom. She actually got down and up a couple of times to show Anthem how to do it, and as soon as Anthem was on her feet, Mayflower backed up to place her udder right at Anthem's muzzle to really show and help Anthem find that udder so that she can nurse properly. So Mayflower knows how to teach her babies. She knows how to get her babies where they need to eat. She knows how to help them stand up for the first time. Mayflower passed the placenta in full before baby had even stood up, so she beat that milestone time, and everything went as well as it possibly could. It was really, really a good process from labor to baby nursing. Everything looked fantastic.
She loves rear end scratches.
And she loves her booty scratches.
Oh yeah.